Namaste, namaste, namaste. Namaste from Marghazhi Mozhi. Marghazhi Mozhi is the language across all languages, all art forms. And today we are not only going to listen, but we are also going to have all other senses in motion along with my very beautiful guest who's joining me all the way from the USA. Srimati Sandhya Sree Atmakuri, Namaste. Thank you so very much for joining me here. Welcome to Marghazhi Mozhi. And
Thank you.
in your special language, as the proponent and exponent dance teacher, artistic director of Natya Dharmi, multiple award winning personality, and exponent in Kuchipudi as well as Bharatanatyam, you spread your message of art, culture, and everything traditional through your dance. So, thank you so much for being here. This is a very first for us in terms of dance. Marghazhi Mozhi itself is just here on YouTube and Facebook Live first time. So, please go ahead, give us some cheer, everybody. And thank you, Sandhya ji, for joining here. What are you going to share with us today? Please give us a little bit background about yourself and then tell us what is in store for us.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, Atithi Devo Bhava. Thank you, Shambhaviji, for inviting me. And I also should thank my dear friend Lalita for thinking of me on. She had many choices, but she thought of me, and I'm very honored to be here. So I'm originally from Andhra, from Visakhapatnam to be precise. And I moved to the US about 25, 26 years ago. So I am a Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi dance. I still call myself a student. I know once you start teaching, everybody just adds the title of guru and all that to us. But I think I'm still a student, still learning. Previously, was learning from my teachers and my colleagues, my seniors, my juniors, and now I'm learning from my students. They are my teachers. So I first learned from Kumari Padma. She is the disciple of Varu Ramay Pillai, and so I learned with her my basics, my fundamental adabus and all that. Then after some time, I took a break with for studies and tried my tried at a few other dance styles, but wasn't satisfied. And then finally, I to cut a very long story short, I found my way through to my dearest Vadyar, Kalaimamani Swami Malai Rajaratnam Pillai, who used to be the musician and singer and atonar for uh, Varu Ramai Pillai. So then after that, I performed with Vadyar, toured with him, and then unfortunately, after he passed away, I felt very orphaned. I didn't feel like I want to go to anybody else. So in the meantime, I also used to love Kuchipudi. My first exposure to Kuchipudi was with Padma Bhushan Guru Dr. Venkateshwara Satyam Garu. So he used to, since my childhood, I have watched all his dance dramas and so became a fan. For that for him, and I, if at all I wanted to learn Kuchipudi, I wanted to learn his bani, his style. So as if God heard my prayers, or if maybe he heard my prayers, so he opened a branch, Kuchipudi Kalakshetra in Visakhapatnam, and so I was able to join there, and my guru was, along with the other faculty of the Kalakshetra, my guru was Srimati Bala, who was like the right hand of Guru Venkateshwara Satyam Garu. So then Master Garu would come and watch, he would come and visit and supervise. And then one time he happened to see me, and then he took me to Chennai, and ever since I have been under his tutelage. So while I was juggling with going with Vadyar and with the Chinna Satya Master at Kuchipudi Art Academy in Chennai. And then I was juggling, and I want to mention here that generally a guru or will be possessive about their student going to another teacher, and also with the guru going to another style of dance. But I really count my blessings, and I really lucked out because both my gurus, like Rajaratnam Pillai Master was Vadyar, was so happy that I was learning that, and my mother, on the other hand, she. I'm going to digress a little bit. I just want to mention my mother is a musician herself, and I am who I am entirely because of her. She really bent backwards. It was not. It's not easy for me to go all the way to Chennai from Visakhapatnam, and it's very expensive for a middle
Yeah,
class
yeah, of course.
person to go, and that to a girl to go somewhere else. But my mother was very progressive thinker for her times, even though she came from a very orthodox background. She was very progressive. She wanted to learn dance, but she never got an opportunity. So, and then when I started showing interest, she really bent backwards to teach me this art form. So, but her first love was Bharatanatyam always. And so she would be watching me more like a hawk. Am I mixing styles? So she would ask Vadya, is she mixing Kuchipudi in her Bharatanatyam? And then she would ask my other guru, is she mixing Bharatanatyam in her Kuchipudi? So they would be smiling and say, no, no, don't worry, don't. So they would just give me feedback, and I would be all ears to whatever feedback. So luckily for me, I guess I, I say it's a blessing, because when I am doing Bharatanatyam, I don't think of Kuchipudi. I focus entirely, give it 100%. And when I am doing Kuchipudi, I don't think of Bharatanatyam. So I was able to channelize those things separately, so that it never mixed or not this thing. And like I said, Varur style was a very flexible style of Bharatanatyam. So, and with my Vadyar, who was very creative, both my Vadyar and Vempati Master Garu, both of them never, they were progressive gurus. They never wanted to, in the name of tradition, they never wanted to restrict aesthetics, because ultimately this is art form. So if a choreography needed a little more stretching the boundaries a little bit, they would go, because ultimately it's what is the end product, how is it appealing, is it touching your heart? Rasa nishpatti, the rasa has to be established with the viewer, and if that is not established, no matter how traditional and rigid you are, then you're rigid and you are confined in a box. So that's why I'm saying I was really, really lucky to have, while they maintain the tradition of the art form, and they never compromised on the aesthetics. They never compromised on that. So they taught me by action. I just grew up observing them, how when they were open minded, when they were a little restrained. So when they knew when to let go of the leash, when they need to tighten the leash. So all these things hands on. I stayed with my Vadyar. I think I was the only student, or one of the foremost student, again Telugu Ponnu, who came from Vizag, and who stayed, who did Gurukula Vasam with
Yeah,
my
I,
with Rajaratnam Pillai Master, and I became one of their. I'm very fortunate to have become one of their family members, like literally that. So he took me under his wing. And later, after he passed away, I was really, like I told you, I was orphaned. I was thinking, what should I do? Many years later, after my son was born, I met another beautiful, beautiful guru from Bangalore. Her name is Bangalore Guru P. Bhanumati. So she, again, I think sometimes your just stars are just aligned. So I learned from, I went to her for a few, uh, for a little while until my daughter was born. So then I had to take a break again. But she originally learned from Kamala Lakshman, and then later, so Varur style, and then she later moved to Guru Dandayatapani Pillai. So, but again, she was like that. If the aesthetics require it, it's okay. We can do a little modifications without compromising on the Barney. So again, very open-minded, very humble. My gurus, I think the what I was really blessed, Shambhaviji, is that the humility. They were so humble. They were so filled with knowledge. They had so much of stature as gurus. But the first thing that strikes you is their humility and their humbleness and their down to earthness, which I think was the biggest lesson I learned. Always never take off your learning hat. So that was what I think I learned from them. And then after my kids were born, it was very hard for me to keep going back and forth to India. And but I did keep in touch with Guru Bhanumati, and then I focused on Kuchipudi a lot. And then after moving here, which was again unplanned, I didn't plan on moving here, but had to move. So it took me a while to establish, but I had the blessings of my guru, and so I started Natya Dharmi performing arts on a Vijay Dasami day 20 years ago. Yeah, it was again like stars were aligned. It was Vijay Dasami. October 15th was my Guru Vempati Master Garu's birthday, and so there were a lot of things. And I said this is the best time. So, and I'm okay. I'm not a commercial. I didn't go into the commercial aspect because I don't think my gurus or my parents raised me that way. So just teach, give yourself 100% to everything you do is what. So I am also not very social media savvy. I get chided and scolded by my students and all of them saying that, Auntie, can we go on Instagram? Can we go here? I'm like, no, that is going to be stressful because that will distract. I'm so scared. That will distract me from what I'm supposed to do. I don't have that much stamina to juggle that, do the administrative side, and so I don't have that much stamina, is what I get. So yeah, a little stuck with my
So,
old-fashioned mode is
right.
what it is. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sandhya, for sharing this journey. And yes, we have to be grateful to Lalita for connecting. And she's my sister-in-law, and it was like it was just a moment. And she didn't take a single second to say that I'll connect you to Sandhya Shri, and she's the one who will be apt for this. And I think along with the aesthetics, the dance panis, and whatever else you learned from your gurus, the humility is also embedded, and that's why you are so down to earth and so grounded. Thank you again for being here today. And I would like to definitely ask you a little bit more about your tours with your gurus, because you mentioned with both the gurus you have toured, but we'll keep that for a little later. Would you like to show us a little
Yeah.
piece or something if
So
you've prepared?
yeah, I'll just start with a little prayer song. We'll talk a little about Kuchipudi. So, this prayer song is exclusive to the Kuchipudi Bani. It's an invocation that we do it for that. So, and generally it's performed as a background prayer. But I just thought I will just give it try to just perform it a little bit. So the presiding deity of Kuchipudi Agraharam in the Krishna district is Bala Tripura Sundari Devi. So this um, dedication is to her, of course, with a little invocation to her son Ganesha. So let me just try that and.
Yeah, so after having said all that about technology, we must say this is an experiment for us today, and you are actually on to tech. So please
Let,
go ahead.
yeah, let me do
So
that.
let's do this.
While I set it
Thank
up,
you.
maybe you can just keep the audience thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Thank you so very much. And so I do see that there are a few people watching us. There is a thumbs up. Definitely, it would be great to receive some comments. Here, there's a comment section because I can bring you on live here.
Go
And
ahead.
I'm also, yeah, no problem. I'm also going to put myself away from the stage the minute Sandhya Shriji she starts dancing. So please be prepared for that. I'm here. I'm watching with you as an audience. Uh, and Marghazhi Mozhi is going to continue till January, till the month of Taimasam starts and Marghazhi goes on. For those of you who want to share your journey of Marghazhi, the Pongal eating in the temple, or whether the kolams, the music session, the music season, the dance, anything, please come on board, send me a message, and I'm all happy to host you out here. And like I said, Mori means language, and for Marghazhi Mori, there is no language barrier at all. We've started our sessions yesterday, and we are continuing every day, hopefully, for this whole month. Thank you very much.
गिरिजार्णव पूर्णेन्दुम् समार्चित कलानिधिम् तपास्त विघ्नदामिश्रम् सूपकर्णमुपास्महे dum da dum da da dum da dum dim da dim da da dim da dim dum da dum da da dum da dum dim da dim da da dim da dim dum 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 da dim 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 atiki da 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 atiki da da dum da da digina dum dum da da digina dum वाणी पराकु वाणी पराकु वीणा विमोहन वाणी पराकु वाणी पराकु वाणी पराकु वीणा विमोहन वाणी पराकु संगीत साहित्य नाट्यादि सौगीत्य जगति पालुजेति जननी पराकु वाणी पराकु विवाणी पराकु वीणा विमोहन वाणी पराकु वाणी पराकु वाणी पराकु वीणा विमोहन वाणी पराकु वाणी पराकु वाणी पराकु वीणा विमोहन वाणी पराकु नळमुललोरवडिंचि मा पदमुललोदिनदिंचि ममुदयदूडुवाणी ममुदरिजेतुवाणी विवाणी अलिवेणी मुदुपाणी अधुराणी
That was so beautiful and so nice. And I'm so glad it worked out for us. Thank you so much for ready to experiment with us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sandhya Shri. Thank you so
I
much.
wanted to keep it something small,
Yes.
so that we don't.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, Vani Paraku is a very exclusive invocation performed by all the Kuchipudi artists. There is also another version which says Amba Paraku, and it's dedicated to Bala Tripura Sundari, the goddess of learning, and also in the village of Kuchipudi. So yeah, it's performed as an invocation, exclusive
Very,
to Kuchipudi style.
very nice. I remember watching Sri Radha Reddy and Raja Reddy in when Spick McKay they used to perform, right? So in my college days I have seen, and always Kuchipudi. So we knew a little bit about what Bharatanatyam was Kuchipudi, but the nuances definitely, like you say, it's only when you enter into that, and and like you
Correct.
said about the mixing part, that was really very, very to keep identified that you are keeping the focus on that particular dance style.
Correct.
So that is really very nice because there is a lot of fusion. People do fusion. I'm like it's each to
Right.
their own,
Depends on the
and
occasion you
yeah,
can. Yeah.
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 I think it's the same like in any form, whether it is cooking or music or anything, where there is one which is the traditional,
Correct.
which has been done, and then how you make it your own, or
Correct.
you mix it with some other style. So
Correct.
that I think is each whatever to their own. Thank you so much. So do you know something? It's already 20 minutes into our session, and tell me. So tell me, what else would you like to perform or talk? What do you want to do next?
Because this is Margali,
Mm,
basically we call it Marghazhi Masam.
mm,
So for me, Marghazhi Masam, so the way I grew up is I don't know much of these paddhatis of worship or any of those things. So the way I grew up was work is worship is the way. So, but the only thing I remember back in India is we do a lot of these columns for 1 month,
mm.
starting from December 15th um, through the Pongal right after Pongal Sankranti. So
Sankranti.
that's one thing I really miss here. And like I said, I do go to temples, but not religiously. And for me, this dance class, this my work, my is my worship. So I'll just say sorry to God, and please accept my dance and my music as my prayer. So I would like to, but since this is the occasion is Margari Maurice, I would like, and we just finished our Guruvayur Ekadasi a couple of days ago. So I would like to present two excerpts from Narayaniyam. This is original choreography of my guru, Padma Bhushan Venkateshwara Satyam Garu. And then based on the time, we can chat or
Sure.
we can finish the session. All right?
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय ॐ नमो नारायणाय अग्रे पश्यामि तेजो निबिडतर कलायावळि लोभनीयम् अग्रे पश्यामि तेजो निबिडतर कलायावळि लोभनीयम् पीयूष सदुदरे दिव्य कैशोरवेश तारुण्यरम्भरम्यम् परमसुख रसास्वाद रोमाञ्चिताङ्गै तारुण्यरम्भ रम्यम् परमसुख रसास्वाद रोमाञ्चिताङ्गै आवीतं नारदाद्यै विलसदुपनिषत् सुन्दरी मण्डलेश्च आवीतं नारदाद्यै विलसदुपनिषत् सुन्दरी मण्डलेश्च नीलाभं कुञ्चिताय घनममलतरं संयुतं चारुभङ्ग्य नीलाभं कुञ्चिताय घनममलतरं संयुतं चारुभङ्ग्य रत्नोक्तं साभिरामम् वलयितमुदय चन्द्रिकैः पिञ्जजालैः मन्दार शृङ्गिवीतौ तव पृथु कभरीभारमालोकयतौ स्निग्धश्वेतोर्ध्व पुण्ड्रामपि च सुललितालेन्दुवीधिः स्निग्धश्वेतोर्ध्व पुण्ड्रामपि च सुललिता हाल
How wonderful is that? And we have here our connection, nurture artist Lalita saying, loving it. There's a message from her, and this is specially for you, a phenomenal artist.
Thank you so much. The blessings of my guru. I'm just iota of what they are or were. So, yeah.
Thank you very much. It was really very nice. And as you mentioned, it was like, the Gurvayur and the Gurvayur Ekadashi is just gone by. And though we think in December, and I was just thinking earlier on also that even now very soon Tiruvadare will come, and there is always these small things which mark the month
Yeah.
as such. So amazing. Thank you so much, Sandhya Shri. And we are almost about half an hour into the program. Would you like to do something now, or would you like to say bye and maybe come back again another time? What would you
Yeah.
like to do? Yeah.
I would like to say bye and come back again because I love to share. And then you may ask me the question. The question may be small,
Yes,
but
that you,
I
yes.
like to give a detailed answer, and I'm always so excited to share. And then I can really digress a lot. So,
No, no.
bye for now, and maybe if
Yeah,
there's
I
an
think, yeah, I
yeah,
think you answered it when you said that your mother was very progressive, and in terms of she wanted the best for you. That is a very big thing, because sometimes the boundaries are within our own homes. And when this kind of support and trust comes from a mother who wants the best and who can visualize that, I think
yeah,
that is you. In some ways, you answered that question by mentioning about your mother.
yeah,
Is
she
there
was a
any
task
message?
master. Yeah,
Is
she
there
was
any message what you would like to share for your students, or for anybody, any upcoming dance artist, or any dance artist who has left it and who's coming back? Anything would you like
for
to be?
for upcoming
Yes,
artists, or for artists who are coming back. Don't put yourself in any box. Don't get carried away by what the social media projects or what people expect that is required of a classical dancer. You just have to dance. So if you see heart, art is there in the spelling, right? So it has to come from here. Be an original version of yourself, no matter what. Second, for the students and upcoming artists, the biggest alankaram, you can wear all the latest jewelry, the latest kanjivaram costume, you can wear no matter what. But the most beautiful alankaram is your humility, and never ever not forget to mention your gurus or your parents' names, because they are the reason whatever you are able to do. I see a lot of it hurts because I see a lot of people not mentioning their gurus, because they are going from like a la carte. They are trying to take one piece from each person and then becoming so. That is the choice they made. It's okay, but don't forget to, even whoever you are learning from, don't mention, give them credit. But your most important alankaram is your humility, and also never ever, no matter how great you are, you don't take off your learning hat. Because I read somewhere that an advanced level artist is one who can perform with a beginner and with a senior artist who, without any qualms. So you are, never take off your learning hat. There's always something to learn from even the worst dancer or the best dancer, or from a non-dancer also. So these are my two things. Be humble, because when you're climbing up, you're not going to stay there forever. You will be coming down. When you're coming down, you will meet all these people that you may have overlooked, or that you have said hi to them, and they will catch you if you fall. So
yes,
yes,
that's
don't take away the humility. Don't forget your gurus. Without them, we
right.
are nobody. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And yes, always giving credit, whatever the field is so important. And
Yeah.
remembering our gurus, what we learned from them is so very important. So thanking you today, and wishing you all the very best for Natya Dharmi. And maybe we will come back if you have the time and the bandwidth. Maybe you will
Yes.
come back again in this season itself. Thank you
Thank
so very much. And we
thank
have, just before I go, I just want to say Geeta Krishnan is here. Thank you so much for all the viewers who are going to watch now and watching later. Thank you. Please join Marghazhi Mozhi and be a part of it as a participant as well as an audience. Thank
you.
you, and bye bye, Sandhya ji,
Bye
and
bye.
take care. Bye.